So congratulations, fellas, on winning the Best Application Frameworks Award. Tell me a little bit about the Catalyst.
Thank you very much. The Catalyst is named Recover First, Resolve Next, and it basically addresses the challenges that a mobile operator, a hybrid mobile operator would face in multiple scenarios. How do you really manage the fault management, the performance management, and link that up with the SLA management? And how do you really go about managing the networks when you have physical elements and virtual elements put together? So that's the challenge that we really addressed in the Catalyst.
What really led you to choosing this of all the different options available, of all the different challenges available?
Well, what we were looking at doing is scaling an NFV, and the NFV we used was an EPC from Mahindra. And IBM has a lot of assets with regard to monitoring at many different levels. And so we felt that some simple approaches, such as scaling up an EPC on the basis that its resources were overutilized, it wouldn't make sense necessarily from a business decision, that you need to look at it from multiple different perspectives and externalize the decision to actually scale up. So for example, if your CPU utilization or memory is all used up, that's not enough to know. You have to know how the network function believes it's doing, and also the experience of the customers. So for example, there may be some cases where your network is fully utilized and the experience of your customers is tolerable, and it may not make sense to scale up from an economic perspective. At other times, maybe there are impacts that it means you should scale up. And so it's important to bring multiple levels of the picture together to make that decision.
So specifically, what was the application or the contribution to Frameworx?
The application of Frameworx was, we had taken a number of assets which are already built in Frameworx, like IG 1120 and the API documentation like TMF 623 and 628, and applied them in the Catalyst. And the areas that we really worked on in the Catalyst was around SLA, applications, the policy, the orchestration, and the fault. And we also intend to contribute in a number of these areas for the next set of releases of Frameworx, particularly in the SLA management area and the fault management area, and related to Theme 1, end-to-end virtualization. Right? And our sponsors are much happier doing this, because AT&T, Orange, and KDDI, our sponsors are from 3 different continents. And remember, this is a universal problem that everybody's facing, and we're really proud to have won this.
So you mentioned other companies are involved in this Catalyst as well. What was the collaboration work like?
Yes. The other companies who are involved in the Catalyst were HP, Nokia, and Cisco, apart from Mahindra and IBM, which we are representing. And the work that they did was around fault management. So HP, Cisco, and Nokia worked around fault management and primarily brought out 2 use cases. One was to do the OSS. How will you really control or auto-heal using an OSS layer? And how will you really auto-heal if there is a fault in the network using the VNFM layer? So we had multiple EPCs coming through with the VNFMs and orchestrated with a HP stack.
So I understand that this is both of your first time winning this Catalyst Award, although your companies in the past have won a Catalyst Award. So how do you plan to outdo yourselves? You've obviously set the bar high now.
Absolutely. It has been a fantastic journey with Niall and the rest of the team, and it's been a great pleasure working with TMF. We obviously intend to do a lot of contributions to Frameworx in the near future, and to work on other areas which have already been laid out by our sponsors in the OSS and BSS area, where we can really complete the cycle. So if you look at NFV today, majority of the talk is happening in the engineering department. The marketing department or the sales department does not know too much about what is NFV and what is SDN. So we intend to do a catalyst in that area and really basically socialize NFV.
All right, well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're certainly interested in continuing to work on these kind of problems. I mean, NFV is only just starting. So we ourselves are discovering in many cases what the requirements are. And there's many different views here from a business perspective. It's bringing the telco people and the IT people together, and how is that really going to work out in a telco? And so depending on the organizational challenges will also impact the technical challenges that we need to solve.
So I know that your booth has been jam-packed this entire week during TM Forum Live. What has been the general reaction of people that have seen your catalyst?
I think the reaction seems to have been quite positive, that we're genuinely tackling the problem and are interested in how we solved it. Also, we're learning a lot from the people that are coming by that says, well, have you thought of this or that? And so it gives us lots of ideas on what we need to work on next.
Yeah, and just to add to Niall, we put up a topic of closed loop control, and when we demo the catalyst to a number of operators, what we understood, the feeling was is they are not really ready for closed loop control yet. A fully automated closed loop control is not what they're ready yet. That's what majority of the operators are saying today, and it will come through as a migration roadmap. When we really go through a process change, when we go through an organizational change, along with the technical change, I'm sure we'll be there to have a fully automated closed loop management of NFE.
All right, well, I look forward to it. Thank you, guys.
Thanks very much.